Drive safely. Recording started.
You're just going to hand the keys in?
Yeah.
That's a bit cold today. It's supposed to get to 20.
Yeah.
La banane, c'est bon, hein, on mange. C'est ça. Good stuff, on mange. Good banana. Oh. I had your freaking water closed and she tried to drink the water.
Yeah. You got everything out of the fridge, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's just because Daddy has the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, we're getting on the road okay then.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a big piece, isn't it?
Well, we'll stop somewhere for a bite. But we'll get going first, I think he said. Right?
Yeah. Got a good start.
Yeah.
Addie's eating right now, so she's having bananas.
Yeah.
That banana delicious. It's delicious. Delicious banana.
Did you give her any more Tylenol, Jay?
No, I completely forgot. But it's in her diaper bag if we really needed to give her.
Well, I think what we can do is, if you give it to her on a regular dose today, it may fix her up.
Do that now?
Yeah, I think so, Jay. So, every 4 hours you give it to her? Or 6 hours?
I think it's 6.
Yeah, do it now, and then you're just giving her some Tylenol on, just to make sure.
Munchy or?
Yeah, munchy. That'd be best. She had some yesterday too, so.
So every 6, just give it to her to make sure she's fine. My chest is sore too today, but I took a pill last night. I'll take another one. And I use Vicks as well.
Good job, Munchkin. You took it like a trooper yesterday. You just did not want to do nothing with it. Good job, Triple. Oh yeah, if you want to play with it, go for it.
The route guidance will start now. At least one toll road is included in the current route. Turn right onto Bow Valley Trail.
Oh yeah, I was just like, ooh, there's a hole like this, and I can put it in there. How did you know I was going to be there? You saw it?
Talking to me?
No, Mom.
Oh, God.
Mom, she just went behind and grabbed some toilet paper and Kleenex. But she knew I was there.
We're good?
Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to put some gas in, and then...
We're off. I took some pictures of the rocks down there.
I'm just getting out.
I got a nice picture of the hotel as well.
I actually didn't even do that. Yeah. Put it in the shared folder. Okay, seatbelt please.
Oh, I've got so many bloody things stuffed on my arm. I forget.
You can play with this. You can have it. Go, yeah, have fun with it. Go wild. You're fine.
Okay.
It's weird how. Oh, yeah.
Look at how majestic it is.
Yeah, majestic. It's a perfect word to describe it. Majestic.
It was like Nona.
Yeah.
Oh, you figured out how to pull it off, didn't you? Cool, eh? Other banana? Good job. It wasn't very much. I feel like the door's not closed in the back, but I know it is. Because that's the only one that hears properly.
Oh, really?
Doesn't. You know what I mean?
He Direction left.
Peace out.
Where the hell is the Esso? It said it was up here.
I remember seeing one in the back.
Really?
Oh, it's just heading the right way, Wood.
I thought so, because maybe that's it over there. They don't have they have different street signs here. They don't have,
I think there's a petrol station there.
yeah, that's an Esso. Looks like it.
Good job.
No, it's a
Yeah.
Shell.
We have to get it, hon, whenever you can.
Oh, SOCAA. Never mind.
Pull in and see.
Maybe I mixed up, Ronnie. I don't know. Maybe it was the other side I saw.
No,
I
I'll
don't
just double check. It's no biggie.
I remember there's a fast gas over there. Auto banana. It's a banana. Oh, he took a bigger chunk this time.
It's just further up.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, smell the petrol.
Oh, yeah.
Get away from me, hurry up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, somebody lost their bikini top.
I don't know what it is. It's something like a bag or something, isn't it?
I think it's a bikini top or a bra even.
Oh, God.
Bikini top or a bra.
Yeah. Probably dropped off our bag.
I know the Soleil.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it is.
It's a. Something's not gonna be happy. Looks like it's next to the. Right away is Ronnie.
Sorry.
She's like, no, that's fine. Right away is Ronnie. She was like,
She loves that heavy metal music,
she
eh?
just started bobbing her head when she heard the music.
Oh, I guess it was here. Yeah, it's obviously here. I was on the right path, but it's a little further down. Hey, there's a Tim Hortons right here.
There we go. She's eating her banana really well. Oh, I thought we were gassing up. Oh, no, we're gassing up.
We are. I don't need gas. I'm just concerned, number one, it'll be expensive in the park.
Oh, it will be.
And number two, I want to clean the friggin' windshield. And of course, there's... Oh, he's using it.
Yeah.
They have more than one, Rodney. There's another one there.
No, I know.
Banana. Good job. Munching right off the banana. Weird, chubby little one. Oh no! Little bites, little bites, Munchkin. You were going wild on that piece.
Did she eat the banana?
She's eating it right now.
Oh, that's good. She's not feeling too bad then. Yeah. I'm coughing more.
Good decision.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah. There's bananas.
That's actually annoying.
The route guidance will start now.
Okay, so we've got 4 hours of driving.
No pit stops?
Well, we are going to do pit stops, but if we were to not do pit stops, it would be 4 hours.
Oh, what's this? Oh, that's your sleeper. I wanted to put that in the bag. I knew there was something else. Did you poop, Munchkin?
I got
Turn left onto
poops.
Ray McBride Street and then turn right.
Okay, well, come on.
Hey.
I was just talking to this fella.
Så då kan ni ta in mig. Okej. Okay. I really didn't use this one, so let's put that back.
Come on, I'll be bringing just lift her in.
I want to get our shoes. Where did I put our shoes? Oh, see, I feel still. Wow. Oops, sorry, Mom. This is a.
Is this rubbish?
Yeah.
Just throw it right out like this?
Yeah, just throw it right out like that. There's bananas, so it's all sticky.
Coops. Got coops.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit cooler, eh? There we go. Got your shoes on.
Drive
No.
safely. Recording
Because
started.
when it connects, it automatically tries to play the last song. So I chose a song that wasn't.
Fair enough. That's
Yeah. Because now, if I once I choose the song, at least it's.
We're gonna be able to sleep a little bit because you look tired, but you got a full belly. Yeah. Tuwali Montang? Okay.
Ooh,
Tuwali Montang.
look at this thing. It's a flower mobile. I wonder if he's cruising around delivering weed to
I
everybody.
feel like I
Oh,
am.
oh, it's a rental. That's what it is, eh?
Yeah. It's a wicked camper.
Flower power. Suck your thumb, munchkin.
Is that her?
Or two.
It's toot a week. It feels good. Do it.
Well,
Just blew off a big toot.
Like, I was like,
so
suck
Abby did, or
Yeah,
she did?
Abby.
Abby did. I was like, that's good. Suck your thumb. You know, make sure your ears don't pop. And just one.
Hey, feels good, Mom. Can't tell me what
Did you
to do.
actually plug the car in yesterday?
Yeah.
Where did you plug it in?
In the underground parking.
Oh, nice. Even it was under the, also under the our hotel.
Yeah.
Cool. You have underground parking.
Yeah, I know, eh?
For winter, I guess for winter because tourist attraction for Banff, right? People want to go skiing and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Can they still do that now?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I was just looking in the mountains right now. There's snow, but it's not enough to go down a slope. You'd be in big trouble.
Camera's on, eh?
It just turns on automatically.
Okay.
Yeah.
You keep telling me that, but I just want to make sure.
It's always going to be on. Once you start the car, it's going to
Okay,
go on.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Always, yeah. When it's parked and you walk in front of it, it sets it off.
Oh, this is a bit so. Look at that. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Just do it slow, Rod, so you can just get a nice picture.
John says they get more intense as you drive west. I was like, what? Are you serious? He's like, yeah.
Well, imagine when you're driving in them too.
Yeah.
Imagine how the old timers built the roads by hand.
That's actually what the fella said.
Yeah.
Did you?
And the rail rock. And they did the rail truck first, and then
I
the
don't know
roads.
what you're doing, bud, but
Not really.
He's not sure what he's doing.
Did you download everything on the computer, Matt?
I did not last night, no.
Or you gonna have enough room?
Oh, yeah.
We got off nicely this morning, then, didn't we?
Yeah, well, it's good because we got another busy day.
Really?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Lori from Parks Canada. We have almost arrived at the entrance gate to Banff National Park. You will see control lanes as we approach.
Oh, get the
Pull
money
into
out.
a lane under a green arrow,
What do we
as
need?
we will need to purchase a park pass.
I just
Do you have
telling.
a ticket? As
Canada's
a
national
seniors or
parks and
student?
national historic sites contain some of the most beautiful landscapes and enriching experiences available anywhere. When you pay to enter Banff National Park or our historic sites, You're making an important investment.
Not sure. Just have the money
park
ready.
daily entrance fees vary from $9 to $19.
Okay, so
These fees benefit you directly by funding services and programs such as information
The 20
centers,
should be enough,
maps
yeah.
and brochures, interpretive programs, washrooms, and search and rescue. When visiting National Historic Sites, the entrance daily fees vary from $4 to $10. If you plan to visit more parks across Canada, you should ask the attendant about purchasing our annual Discovery Pass. It provides unlimited opportunities to visit more than 100 national parks, marine conservation areas, and national historic sites over and over again, or discover others across the country. For more information, come and speak in person with a Parks Canada staffer at our information centres in Banff or Lake Louise. They will be happy to share their friendly, expert advice on things to do while visiting the park.
Yeah, we came here with Dad.
27 up, you said, right?
Should be, yeah.
From 9
No
to
discounts.
From 9 to
Mom, I don't know. I'm not at the thing
We're
yet.
not there yet.
Yeah.
Didn't say on the radio.
Probably not.
You leave your car then, you just walk in.
Well, that's probably the people that work there. But
Oh.
Okay. Aber what is it visage? That's what you want. She's like blinking, like, oh, what the heck? Really? Do I really want it open?
So we just want a family pass?
yeah, probably.
So this is what we do every time we're going to Banff, right? Yeah. What?
Mhm.
This is what we do when we're going to Banff.
Mhm.
What is it, Banff National Park?
This is Banff National Park, yeah, and we're gonna drive through a couple other national parks up into Jasper National Park.
Yeah, so those ones will still be valid, right? Remember,
I'll make sure to ask, yeah.
Yeah, because last time we did that in the States and we didn't think, right? I was like, oh shit, so we could have kept it for the whole day, you know, instead of spending the money.
Yeah, a week. I think we would have got a week pass or something, but it might not matter because it's on the same day today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Hey, how you doing?
For how long are you staying for?
Well, we're doing a day trip today. We're going up through to Jasper and then into Valemount.
Okay, so how long will you be like in national parks?
Just today.
Just today?
Just today.
Jasper is also a national park.
So it's one pass for both
Yeah, no, you can have like a daily family group pass.
for
It's
20
like
bucks.
1960,
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay,
So just for today.
and then we just drive through when we get to Jasper.
If you drive through Jasper, it's actually, you have to also pay. But if you leave before 4 p.m., Jasper and any national parks tomorrow, like you just need a day pass. But if you leave after 4 p.m., you actually need
Okay,
like 2
I'll be leaving Jasper National Park this afternoon.
this afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 1960.
So this pass is good for today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Until tomorrow 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Yeah, that's it. Where are you from?
Winnipeg.
So is it your first visit?
As an adult, yes.
Alright.
I was here when I was younger, apparently, but I don't remember.
Good. Can I ask you your zip code, please?
R2G. They just need the first three.
Alright.
1N7. Shut up.
So this is your change. This is shipping. Would you like to have a guidebook also?
Sure. You don't have one for Jasper, do you?
No, we don't. But you can go to the visitor center. This is yours.
What's
Yeah,
that?
there's a map of the ice field park for you.
Okay, perfect, thanks.
Alright.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Alright, here we are.
Thick accents, eh?
Watch out for bears.
Oh. Do we need this guide?
Oh, you could just look through it if you want and see.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Back?
yeah. If she wants to tear it off and whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. She's so concentrating on how to turn the page. She's like, oh, he's so cute, Munchkin.
Now that we've entered the national park, the speed limit has reduced to 90 kilometers per hour. Please slow down.
People use
and
this as
respect
a
that
road as
speed.
well, motorway.
Let's talk about spotting bears. Like all the wildlife, bears are here, but it does take a little bit of luck to see them. Let me give you a few tips on how to improve your chances. First, always be looking and scanning around. There's no hard and fast rules. Animals can pop up at any time. Grassy meadows and openings in the forest are always a possibility. Sometimes animals can be quite close to the roadway, or of course they might be further away. But it's important to be keeping an eye open. If you see something that's darker than its surroundings, look closely. Might be a bear. Or it could be a tree stump. Most bears tend not to like full sun and heat in the middle of the day. They enjoy being more active during cooler times, so spotting them is usually better earlier in the morning or closer to sunset in the evenings. Now, if you do see a bear, please try and resist your urge to stop the car. I know it's tempting, but the best thing you can do is to slow right down, take that picture you really want, but keep on slowly cruising by. I do hope we get to see a bear. It's one of the coolest things that can happen to us in the parks. But please follow the no stopping policy. You'll see bear jams where people do stop and even get out of their cars to take photos. Please don't do it. Parks Canada Rangers will come as quickly as they can when a bear jam forms, and they'll haze and scare the bear away. I might sound like a killjoy here, but the reasoning is when you stop, bears grow comfortable being around humans in traffic. You're actually training the bear not to fear us in cars and trucks. That means there's a good chance they'll no longer associate the highway and traffic with danger. Imagine how heart-wrenching it is to see the reports every single year of bear cubs that get hit and killed by vehicles. And almost worse than that is when bears have to be destroyed because they've become habituated to human food. This makes them more brave to go into populated places that they shouldn't, in search of that super high-calorie junk food. Bears that approach human places are considered unpredictable and dangerous, so if they cannot be successfully relocated, they'll be destroyed. It goes without saying, never ever try to throw food to a bear, or even carelessly discard of food in anything other than a bear-proof bin. That only contributes to their eventual demise. Enjoy the magic moment of seeing them, but avoid doing anything that might contribute to harming them.
Yeah. Do you have a bit more room?
It's the same before.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like when I said,
Look at that.
a little bit more, I guess you could see.
But
It's for you guys.
is this actually a road that people use all the time?
Yes, the Trans-Canada. I think it's the only way through.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if you
even
had-
trucks come as well.
Yeah, yeah, there's a truck coming up behind us right now.
And they have to pay too?
Probably not.
Maybe a yearly pass they pay.
Nah, if you're just traveling through, I imagine you don't have to pay the fee. Oh my god. Like, just the way the shadows hit them. Like,
In the sun.
yeah, like, exactly.
Can you see anything up?
She can. Ça va, qu'est-ce que tu veux, ma chouette? De l'eau. Tu veux de l'eau?
We've been following along the same mountain on our left ever since Canmore. It feels like a small mountain range, but officially it's considered just one mountain, called Mount Rundle. On this side, we've seen its almost vertical face for its full 12-kilometer length. But as we travel around, we're going to see it from other angles, and its distinctive straight sloped side. The other mountain that dominates the view is directly in front of us, and that one is called Cascade Mountain. If you like numbers, then Cascade peaks at a smidge under 3,000 meters, or 9,800 feet. The valley that the town of Banff sits in is framed on a third side by Sulphur Mountain. That one is where the upper hot springs are located. And if we've done a lot of traveling today, that is the perfect place to go and have a long, warm soak so we sleep well tonight.
Did we?
Yeah, you
You'll
were
also
swimming
find
on
the
that
base
rubber ring
of the
and people
Banff
were amazed.
Gondola right beside the
You were
hot
the only
springs
kid
on
in the
Tunnel
spa.
Mountain. The
did
gondola
some
provides
really
a
nice
short, fast
expensive
ride
holidays,
to the
right?
top of Sulphur Mountain, where the
really good.
views are no less breathtaking.
Dad showed you some
Finally,
nice
there's
things
a
from when you
small
were a
bump
kid.
of the mountain that rises right on the edge of town. It's called Tunnel Mountain because the railway engineers weren't sure they'd find a way around it, and they might have to dig a tunnel through it. They did find a way around it, but the name stuck.
Shayla wants what I'm having. It's not too hot, I'm just kidding.
What is that big gray thing? Wonder if
Water, probably water.
yeah, for the fire. If the fire
There you
comes.
go.
May as well keep it now.
Well, I've got 2 from each place we went looking. I've got my other.
Well, it's something to do with power, it looks like.
That was
We're
water.
coming up to the first exit for Banff. If we're staying or even just stopping in Banff, then I recommend we take this first exit. If you're going on to Lake Louise, then you'll be leaving my commentary for this tour after the exit. If you've downloaded the Banff Lake Louise Yoho tour, now would be a good time to launch it, and I'll have commentary for the next 45 minutes or so until we reach the exit for Lake
What do you
Louise.
think of the hot chocolate?
So, if Lake Louise is your destination, I'll say goodbye here and hope you enjoyed my tour. I hope we can do it again somewhere else. If we're entering Banff, I'll have directions and information after we exit. I suggest keeping in the right lane.
Is it good?
So we'll just go take a quick spin through Banff then.
Yeah.
See, see if there's
Just go quick. We don't need to stop on it. It's really expensive there.
yeah, well, there's nothing.
Well, we know.
Or
We've
do-
had our
I mean,
breakfast and stuff.
That's why we ate breakfast out.
We don't want a magnet though? Well, whatever, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, that would be nice.
If we see a gift shop, then we'll stop and run in and get a magnet. Tunnel
She likes the
Mountain.
hot chocolate. Rod.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
She likes hot chocolate.
Plus,
So get her to drink as much as possible, no matter what it is. You know, liquids.
The exit lane for Banff peels away to our right here. Take this
Okay,
exit
gotta
for
talk this
everything
out.
in Banff.
Oh, no. Mapole me dada. Thank you. Oh, right in your mouth. Nah, that was cute. Where did he go? Where did he go?
Here at the stop sign, turn left, and that will take us into the townsite area.
Jeez, these highways are so nice. Like it's such a
Well done, my
pleasure.
friends. It's straight ahead from here into town. This is Banff Avenue, and it becomes the main street in Banff. Most of the hotels in town are on this road. If your hotel has an address that is on Banff Avenue, then we'll drive straight past it. I'll have details about some of the other hotels as we get closer. And now is the time for me to do some self-promotion.
I think it was in pure hot
I hope
chocolate.
you've enjoyed my
Doesn't
tour to
stain
get
my
here. This tour has been designed as an introduction to the national parks, and we've not had any recommended stops along the highway. When we tour in the parks, I'll have many places where I'll suggest we should stop to see something amazing, or sometimes it'll be something for us to notice as we drive by. I'll make sure we don't miss anything important. The tours you will most likely want are the Banff to Lake Louise, and then to Yoho Tour and the Icefield Parkway Tour. If you're continuing to Jasper, then I have a tour for Jasper National Park too. While we're here in Banff, I have a loop tour that drives to all the best sites in and around Banff itself. And finally, if our travels take us on from here to Vancouver, I have commentary all the way along the Trans-Canada Highway and in Vancouver itself. Check my menus to see the options. If you have liked the tour, please leave a review in your app store and on TripAdvisor, or post somewhere to share with your friends. I can't tell you how much it helps small companies like ours to get the word out to other travelers. Okay, that's enough of that. It won't be long before we see signs of civilization again.
Where's the sticker thingy around for the McDonald's? Munchkin rips it off.
You're just going slow now, or you're not allowed to stop?
Yeah, it says the speed limit is 30, but I mean...
We're entering the main part of Banff now. You'll see hotels lining along Banff Avenue here. Keep an eye out for your hotel. If you're staying at the Fairmont Banff Springs or the Rimrock, we'll drive right through the main part of town, and then I'll have more directions. If you're staying up in the Tunnel Mountain area, we'll turn left onto Moose Street. You'll know Moose Street because that's the first traffic light that we'll encounter. Turn left there for Tunnel Mountain properties and follow the signs. It's really easy. That's also where the main campground and RV camping is located. Walking around Banff is really quite easy. If you feel it's too far to walk downtown, or if you don't want to deal with the challenge of finding parking, you'll be happy to know that public transit runs along Banff Avenue to other key locations in the town. The bus is inexpensive, and some hotels will even give you free passes. You can't miss the bus. They're wrapped with great animal designs.
Did it go in there?
And they're hybrid to keep pollution levels minimal.
What can you see, Ab?
She just wants more hot chocolate. She realized I put water in the cup and she did not like that.
None of that, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, that's a bit extreme, but okay.
Bloody hell, it's busy in here.
Mm-hmm.
Ja. Wow. Un livre? Tu veux pas ça? Ça? Un livre? Oh, un livre. Livre. Non, tu descends ça.
Touchscreen here, Rodney.
Yep. Yeah.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait, moi, je fais? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
Oh, that must have been sitting in water somewhere. Look at it.
Oh, it's just old, I think.
Oh, it's this lid.
I don't think so, bud.
Well, it's rusting around the wheel drum.
No, I think it's just old.
It was
Salt corrosion, wiping in the back all the time, right?
Oh, an interesting little town.
yeah.
Yeah.
We stayed in a real fancy place when we first came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like expensive, really expensive. Then the second time we came, it just had a. We didn't stay in Banff. We stayed outside of Banff. We just parked the car and walked around Banff.
On veut-tu de l'eau? De l'eau? Water. I know exactly what you want, Munchkin, but it's all gone. It's finished.
Is it all gone?
Yeah. Sundog. Pretty. Little town.
You have to smoke off the property. I couldn't stand there and have a cigarette. How can you enjoy yourself standing there?
I don't know.
You know, I used to like smoking a cigarette when I was younger after a meal in the restaurant, having a drink, you know.
Yeah.
Do you ever crave your cigarettes?
No, I think they're.
Me neither. I stopped smoking when I was in my 20s. My lungs are pink and healthy.
Where's the blue blanket from?
The next 3 blocks are the main shopping and dining part of Banff. There are many choices of places to eat, so you'll have some fun exploring. The old wooden building on the left that's surrounded by tall trees is the Visitor Information Center.
Jay, look at the
So
little
pop in
church.
there for local maps or to find out about trail conditions for hiking. If we're going to the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel or the Rimrock Resort, just keep following straight ahead as far as we go. We'll
He's
turn
on
once
his
we're on
holidays,
the
he's got
bridge.
his hat on. He's puffing a cigarette at the same time, is he? Oh no. I thought I saw somebody smoking.
AC's off, I guess.
Yeah, just open the window while we're cruising around in town. Once we get out on the highway, obviously, I'll...
If you open the window, you said?
If you want.
Thank
I
you.
turned the AC off.
Oh, I smell the fresh air.
I smell cigarette a little bit.
Are you okay, Jay? You're not too cold, love?
No, I'm okay. I'll get her big blanket out. Oh, it's this big blue blanket. You want it? Alright, there we go. There it is. She likes that blue blanket right now. Holy moly.
It's funny to see all of the
Munchkin's all nicely covered.
like, look at that. That's a 20 Romas right there.
You can think about this too, and you see the movies. This is exactly sometimes when you see a movie in Banff, you'll see things.
King Edward.
And they just changed the modern signs.
King Edward, we're going the wrong way. Street.
Oh, is that too bright?
No, that's okay, huh?
No, that's fine. Oh,
Oh, get the suntan.
the sun was shining right in the window, and it was
Is
right
it?
behind his face. No.
Oh.
Just where we were parked.
Lovely rock shop.
Oh yeah, Munchkin. She's all snuggled in.
I remember us walking along here, Dad and I. And Heather, we went into a restaurant somewhere and parked up off the street somewhere.
Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't there for that trip.
Well, we came twice. Once with you when Heather wasn't born. And the second time you were working and Heather just came.
Yeah. I wish I'd come.
Yeah.
Mind you, if I hadn't come, it would have meant quitting my job,
I know her.
which in the end might have meant I wouldn't get to meet Jay.
Yeah.
That would have been too bad, eh?
A lot
Yeah.
of tourists here, isn't there?
Oh, of course, it's a world famous tourist destination.
It's a wealthy place too. People come. Expensive places.
At these lights, we'll turn left. To go to the Banff Springs Hotel, turn left and stay in the left lane. You'll arrive in just under 2 minutes. For the Rimrock Resort, turn left, but then keep in the right lane. The road will fork, and you want to follow the fork that goes to the right. After that turn, just keep going straight ahead for about 4 or 5 minutes, and you'll arrive at the Rimrock Resort. Well, that's it for me. Enjoy your time here, and hopefully we'll get to do some more touring together soon.
Yeah.
I need somewhere to pull over.
What do you want to do, hon?
Can you pull over here?
Stop sign.
I thought you were gonna pull over, Rod.
That's good.
I'll tell you when the lights change. There you go. There's a little pull in there. Go in there if you want to. You okay, Jay?
Yes. You?
Yeah.
I'm good.
My chest is a bit tight, but that's okay. Look at my hair. Without the, I never blow dried it. It just sticks up like crazy. Is Jasper bigger than Banff?
I don't. The city of Banff is. I think Banff is bigger, but I think Jasper is a bigger park.
But this is just the park area.
Well, there's Banff the city, and then there's Banff National Park.
Okay.
Right. So I believe Jasper National Park is larger than Banff National Park, but that Banff the city is bigger than Jasper the city.
Altogether, yeah.
Yeah. I could be wrong.
It's interesting.
Oh.
This is the chateau. This is where we stayed.
Really?
Yeah.
Go straight through the traffic lights.
Just when there was
We're almost there.
Sounds like a different fella for this one.
Oh, that's lovely, that heat.
Holy moly. Yeah, well, a lot of people live here, it looks like.
And we got a log from the lake. Dad almost fell in getting it. I said, get that. Everybody was trying to get the log and they couldn't get it. And then he got it. And we put it in the back of the car. Brought it back. A log. It's all old fashioned in there, like England, you know?
Yeah.
Nice.
Holy moly.
Are we gonna have enough room on that dash cam?
Oh yeah. You just want to make sure that we have video. Yeah.
Absolutely, don't want to go hold it on. Welcome, mortgage community.
Jeez, please, eh?
Pull up to the curb just beyond the bus stop if you can, and I'll tell you a little more about the hotel. Van Horn, the statue guy back there, proclaimed that if we can't export the scenery, we'll have to import the tourists. And with that, the tourism history of Banff started.
No.
The original hotel was mostly wood and burned to the ground in 1926, but was rebuilt bigger and better for the next season. At $3.50 per night, she was a 4-star health resort and spa for wealthy Europeans and the nouveau rich of the Americas. Scottish financiers funded much of the railway and hotels, so that's why the Banff Springs looks like a Scottish baronial castle. The high arched ceilings, sweeping stairways, and extensive artwork inside. Turn right at the next traffic light to go to Bow Falls. Watch for pedestrians and horses as you go down the hill.
Watch for horses, eh?
People riding horses, not just horses.
Yeah. I figured there wouldn't be wild horses.
Coming up is the car park for Bow Falls. Let's go in and find a spot. The Bow River tumbles over a ridge of sedimentary rock extending from Tunnel Mountain. Some famous names have also tumbled over the falls, 2 blondes in particular, Marilyn Monroe in River of No Return and Lassie in Son of Lassie. Both of these were filmed here. The large peak to the right is Mount Rundle. It's about 2,900 meters or 9,700 feet tall. Go take some photos of the falls and I'll wait here. When you come back, we'll have a choice. Return the way we came to continue the tour, or follow the road past the parking area and cross a bridge which will lead you on a scenic side trip. If you take the side trip, you will have a great chance of seeing some wildlife.
Can you see it, Jay?
Oh my gosh.
With the current in that. Right.
This bridge crosses the Spray River, which joins the Bow River to your left. I'm told this meeting of the waters is an excellent place to fish. It is also a common start point for a leisurely rafting trip down the Bow River. The road we are following will take us around part of the Banff Springs golf course and then into a remote area under the shadow of Mount Rundle. Although we'll be traveling around the golf course, there are excellent chances to see wildlife here.
Wow.
I'll talk a little more on this as we drive through. Because this area is great wildlife habitat, the road has seasonal closures to give wildlife more spaces. If you're driving now, you're lucky. Not everyone gets to drive this loop.
Alright, we'll take the loop then.
Take the loop. Oh, there's a little baby sandal lying in the parking lot.
Oh.
Yeah, there was 2 and I got them. I think it's nice how the moss grows on there. Look at that. I love nature. Can't you feel the calmness when you're in nature?
Absolutely.
Can't you, Jay, feel calm?
Very much, yes. Absolutely.
It's nature, and the green and the trees give us energies. And this nice
Oh yeah,
bridge.
he wasn't kidding. Look, you can see the barricade right there.
This is a big, big, fancy bridge, but it's nice now. Oh, look at that one.
Shit. Is this where I'm supposed to go?
No.
Yeah, looks like it. Because he said go over the bridge, right?
Yeah.
This is a golf course.
A lot of health fanatics here.
I'm just gonna take my sunglasses off. I don't even need them.
You don't always have to necessarily close it if you don't want to.
No, it gets annoying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right on. It would get me annoying too.
Watch for horses and bears.
She's like on the brink of falling asleep.
Can she see you? Is she asleep?
She's on the brink. She's not
Oh.
sure. Like she can see the trees. She can't really see it on the ground, right?
People out on their own, they must be safe.
She's covered in blankets. So
The golf course, which has been so painstakingly maintained here, also creates fantastic habitat for animals. In the spring, the golf course provides excellent habitat for elk to have their babies. Also, in May and June mostly, the newly born elk calves attract predators, such as wolves, cougars, and grizzly bears, to the course looking for an easy meal. Talk about a course hazard. In the fall, it is the perfect landscape for the elk rut, or mating season. Unfortunately, rutting elk can do a lot of damage to the greens. However, they do take priority over the golfers. Usually the elk can be seen on or near the fairways. Predators are a little less bold and hang out in the forested edges of the fairways and on the edges of the greens.
big boulders right in the middle of that forest there.
Mm-hmm.
She's asleep. She like has all of her blankets over her rug. I opened the window, she's not too hot.
If you're interested in golf, you're in a special place. The Banff Springs Golf Course was established in the 1920s by Stanley Thompson, Canada's master golf course architect. He used his expert talent when he designed the original 18 holes in 1928. The course winds along the Bow River under the snow-capped peaks of Sulphur Mountain and Mount Rundle. In 1989, 9 holes were added, resulting in 27 holes of championship layout. According to Thompson, this was his favorite course of all those he designed. You can see the clubhouse just ahead, and it is open to the public if you want to stop for a bite to eat or to visit the pro shop. The Banff Springs Golf Course, sitting in the middle of a national park, might seem a little out of place nowadays. The idea of the golf course being created all those years ago was to help attract more tourists to come and stay at the hotel. This seems a little conflicted with the message of minimizing impact and maintaining ecological integrity that is so strong today. But since the course is already there, the course managers have taken many measures to improve environmental stewardship. This includes things like minimizing water consumption, pesticide, and fertilizer use. It has also increased the rough areas on the course and allowed those areas to grow as naturally as possible, which is more beneficial for wildlife. But a golf course must have a lush, grassy fairway and green, and the greenskeepers here have spent many a night crying in their pillows after elk have stomped up the course or dug large holes with their antlers. The ground squirrels can get pretty busy digging holes on the course too. Let's keep right at the junction to keep following the loop around the course.
This was a good idea on the little tour. Trees around, you can see how high that mountain is there.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Kind of a shitty place to stop your freaking cart, man.
Well, mind this drop here.
Idiot.
Is it bike route?
He just decides to have a little thing. How are your ears, Jay?
My left is still the same.
Are you chewing still?
Oh yeah.
Well, this road is
see
a
the
very
markings?
low priority on the maintenance budget of Parks Canada,
Oh yeah.
and you will see that
Well,
the
the
crews
birds have
don't
been
exactly
moving.
come through and patch the road very often. Don't worry, it's still very drivable, but it does give us the sense that not that many people make the effort to explore this loop. One of the golf course's most famous holes is on the right. It's called the Cauldron, and it's a tricky par 3. The tee is elevated, and there is a water gap between the tee and what seems like a tiny green with steep banks all around it. But the view is incredible, looking up at the sheer face of Mount Rundle. After this hole, we will be moving further away from the golf course, so natural signs of wildlife will become more obvious. Along the side of the road, look for trees that have had their bark rubbed off.
Yeah, I saw that.
What causes this, you might ask? Well,
Elk.
the animals responsible for this are bull elk. Each year in the
not
late
bears,
fall,
that's
when their
an elk,
antlers
yeah.
are fully grown, the skin covering them, called velvet, starts to die off. Kind of gets itchy, I think. So the elk use the trees to scrape the dead velvet off of their antlers. You can tell that there have been a lot of elk around here by the number of trees that are missing their bark. As we drive along, make a special point of looking for animals where you see grassy meadows or a clearing in the forest. You just might see something.
So I'm trying to look. I've been looking for a while. I was able to see coyotes, right? So I want to see that.
It can't, because I guess we're in the mountains, it can't catch good GPS signal. So it looks like we're not driving on the road.
I'll come back.
Well, it's like the car can't figure out where we are.
Yeah. It's the altitude, huh?
I think, no, it's the mountains. I think they're blocking out the GPS, like the certain...
Well, it's still moving around, though.
Yeah, of course, because it can read some, but it can't read others. I think it uses 7 satellites to triangulate where exactly you are.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Trees down.
This is meant for one way, I guess.
It is a one-way, yeah.
Yeah. The roads on the Alaman are like this, Jay. And 2 cars have to go by up and down. So they have to pull over a little bit and let the other car by. There was
That's not
somebody who
something.
pull over there a little bit and let you go by.
No, I don't know, but I caught a whiff of it as
Did you
well.
fart, Mom? Mom, did you let off?
Eh?
Did you let off?
No.
No.
No, it's probably some water sitting or something.
Yeah.
It's not me. Is it you, Rod?
No?
No. It's the water, yeah.
I can't believe we haven't seen more people. Like, this is just...
I thought you weren't supposed to stop.
Fuck.
Oh, this is Park Canyon.
No, it says this one is you won't see many people. See the river, Jay?
Yeah.
Isn't that lovely?
We are now right beside the Bow River. If you look up across the river, you'll catch views of the hoodoos, some strange rock formations. Better views and more info on the hoodoos is coming up later on the tour. We'll be driving way up there on the hill, too.
Wow.
Yes. The hoodoos.
I can remember watching movies and seeing all the scenes. You know, when you're watching a movie and they say you're made in Banff National
Oh,
Park.
yeah. Well, it's world famous.
Of course it is.
Oh, there's something in the edge that you're eating.
What is it?
Oh no, it's just a bush. Like it's perfectly brown, like it could be like a bear. It could have been actually.
Look at that. Wow.
Honestly, it could have been. It's just hard.
Yeah, I think people wouldn't be jogging around here. There's just too much wildlife.
Maybe, I
that's
don't know.
it. That's why people don't come out here. Bears,
It's just too cold.
elk. Beautiful places in Canada. People don't realise how lovely Canada is. I mean, the coast is lovely too.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Little stream there, right?
Yeah, lovely.
Can you center the volume in the front log? Do you know what I mean? That voice is not as calming. The other voice is really calming.
This air is good though. It's, you know.
The mountain area, eh?
Yeah, it's better for. Do you need a Kleenex then?
No, it's a spot on the inside of my nose.
The building you see is a wastewater treatment plant for Banff.
That's what we're
Continue past it and turn right at the intersection to finish the golf course loop and return to the main tour.
I don't think we want to finish it. I don't think we'll finish it. Oh, it's
Well, you have to finish the loop.
Look at that. People climb up there.
That's a big crow. That's a really big crow. Actually, that's a raven. Well, yeah, that's huge.
Wow.
That's a raven. Ravens are bigger than crows, right?
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. Sorry.
I think a raven's huge, yeah. That was definitely a raven. Crazy. Probably found a ground squirrel or something. My left ear wants to release the pressure like it's there, you know, it's just.
Okay, we're back on the main access road for the golf course, and the clubhouse is coming up again on our right. Before this clubhouse was built, the course started and finished right at the back of the hotel. What is now the 15th tee used to be the first hole. It was one of the most beautiful starting holes on any course, anywhere. You would hit your first shot from high above the fairway, hitting it right over the Spray River with a stunning view towards the Fairholme Range. But more room was needed for the new clubhouse, so hole 1 became hole 15, and what is now hole 1 used to be the 5th. Just a simple rearrangement.
So you have to be a real, like, clever architect to do a golf course.
Well,
It's just like planning a city.
Yeah. They said the fellow who designed it is a very famous designer, and he said that this was his favorite course.
Yes, I heard that. Thompson.
Yeah, that's right. His name was Thompson.
I'm listening, Edmonton.
Well, I was not saying you're not.
I know. This thing, if it goes over the bump or anything, it goes real tight, the strap. You can feel the coolness, and Dad used to love jogging out at bloody 6 o'clock in the morning, jogging around for an hour. He'd be terrified, wondering when he'd never come back, got eaten by the bears. I talked to the lady in the hotel, and she said a lady was attacked by a bear. They have bear maze if you're going for a walk, and you have to tell people where you're going. And she said she got out of the car. They stopped the car. She got out of the car and was looking at the bear, taking a picture. And the bear was kind of
ran up and mauled her.
Yeah, and it was challenging her like that. And she put her hands to her face like that, and the bear just
peekaboo.
No, like try to protect her face.
Oh.
And the bear just kind of went like, "Don't mess with me." And she got back in the car. She was terrified.
Well, as she should be. A bear could kill her.
Could have killed her, but it was toying with it, you know. They were told not to get out of the car.
Many times.
Not even, no matter what happens, you don't get out of the car. Stay in the car. What's this? It's
Golf.
just dressed for bloody winter.
It's windy. It's cool a bit outside.
Well, you can feel the crispness in the air, can't you? Boy, if that rock could talk, eh? Load of jade in that, probably. Which part of Canada is famous for jade, or do you know?
No, I don't.
There's a big place
Coming up
in
on the
Canada
left,
that's a
there
big
is a small
jade
clearing in the
mine.
trees and a couple of large boulders. This is an area that is popular with locals who are just getting started in the sport of rock climbing, and for others who are practicing their skills with bouldering. The big difference between rock climbing and bouldering is that bouldering does not use ropes. Normally, with bouldering, you're just climbing the rock with your hands and feet. Boulderers place crash mats at the bottom of the route so that if they fall, they have something soft to land on. So as you can imagine, the idea of bouldering is not to go very high. A long fall is going to cause injuries or worse, no matter how many crash pads are there. So that discipline is more about negotiating very short but very technical routes. But as can happen with extreme sports, some people really push the limits of what is a safe height to free climb on. Soon, we will once again cross the bridge over the Spray River and be back at Bow Falls. Keep following the road past Bow Falls back up the small hill.
You heard from Heather?
No.
Okay. What's he? Oh, he's garbage man. Oh, no, he isn't. They're out walking.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see some hikers around, Mum.
Hey?
I'm sure we'll see some hikers around.
We were here when it was winter, and there was glaciers.
We're gonna see the glaciers.
Yeah.
Munchie? Oh, I go around corners. Well, it's like Yellowstone, eh? You see the big buses full of Chinese people and stuff coming through, like
Japanese people, they are.
Well, I didn't see. I saw some Chinese people yesterday when I was in Canmore when I went for a walk.
Yeah.
And then
They love all this, don't they?
Oh, it's
people
world.
from Asia.
It's world famous, right?
I don't know whether they have places like this in Asia.
They have world famous tourist attractions in China. Yeah.
In Japan, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
You smell that again? It's some water treatment plant or something.
Follow the road as it curves left, then go right at the traffic light.
I'm not sure, maybe, yeah.
At the next traffic lights, we're going to turn left. This will take us up the side of Sulphur Mountain to the base of the Banff Gondola and also to the Upper Hot Springs swimming pools. So turn left at the lights. If you want to skip that side of the trip, you can keep going straight.
Do you remember that little rubber thing we had, like a bathing suit?
Yeah, of course.
That's what we threw you in there. You were there all day, swimming around. People amazed.
I think I'm gonna cut this part of the trip off.
Okay.
Because we don't have much. Well.
No, that's fine.
It's fine.
We're just gonna learn how to cut.
It's 9:30 now, so.
Limit, right?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go. I don't care.
How long is it gonna be?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's go up to the gondola and hot springs. This road is also the way up to the Rimrock Hotel. It will only take us about 5 minutes or less to reach all of these locations.
There we go. Okay.
We are driving past some of Banff's residential neighborhoods too. Because of Banff's unique setting inside a national park, it must be contained within a strict boundary. It's not possible to simply keep expanding the town. So what we are passing through now are some of Banff's most popular places to live. This is what is known as living on the other side of the bridge.
There's a tree growing through the shed there. They built the shed around the tree, and this roof goes around the tree.
As we sweep around the curve and up the flanks of Sulphur Mountain, we are traveling through what is called the Spray River Wildlife Corridor. Please don't drive too quickly along here. Maintaining wildlife corridors is vital for the natural movement of animals. If we block the valleys and pathways by building houses, fences, and roads, then animals won't be able to get around, and that creates a giant problem for them. The people who live on the edges of these zones sometimes do find themselves in close encounters with the wildlife. So it's very important to remove things that might attract animals. For example, garbage must be disposed of in bear-proof bins, and keeping your barbecue clean and away from access on an elevated deck are just a few things that can help. This area is commonly used by bears, wolves, and sometimes even cougars and moose. This corridor is so important that all human activity here is banned, and Parks has even used motion detectors to monitor any activity off the road on the south side. That's the upslope side. As well as being an important wildlife corridor, Sulphur Mountain is home to several natural hot springs. The springs give off a strong sulfur smell, like rotten eggs, and that is how the mountain got its name. Earlier in our history, hot springs were believed to have strong curative powers for a host of different ailments and illnesses, and many people still believe in the power of hot springs water today. But for most people now, it's just a very relaxing experience. There are several places in the side of the mountain where the springs rise to the surface, but those closure signs are a strong reminder that human activity and exploration is not welcome. The hot spring pools provide the most reliable and accessible way to enjoy the waters. How does the hot spring water get hot? Well, here is the two-sentence version. Surface rainwater and snowmelt find its way through cracks and holes as far down as 3 kilometers below the surface of the Earth, where it meets natural geothermic hotspots. The water is then superheated and forced back up to the surface for us to enjoy. As well as bathing in it, the hot spring water was even used to heat hotels in Banff, including the Banff Springs Hotel, but that technique isn't used anymore.
What did you see? Oh, there's in the theater.
I saw 2.
Okay, we have arrived. The hotel on our left is the Rimrock Resort. Just past the hotel, there is a road that branches off to the left. That leads to the car park for the gondola. So take that first fork to the left if we're going up the gondola. The car park that is just past the gondola is the one for the hot springs. There is no parking right at the hot springs, only a space to turn around or drop people off that can't walk as far. So use this upper car park for the hot springs. If we're only taking a look for now, turn around at the hot springs and we'll start driving back down towards Banff.
Making a roundabout.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, folks. Stop.
No, it's just, I don't know what the hell he's doing, but it didn't look like he...
Welcome to Sulphur Mountain Gondola. The gondola takes about 6 minutes to reach the summit. At the top, you'll find a restaurant, gift shop, and boardwalk. Allow yourself at least an hour to catch the views and enjoy the walk.
I sent postcards from the top, bought the postcards, wrote the postcards, and sent them because they had a mail drop up there. Up there,
It's the gondola.
That's not the gondola, is it?
I don't know what else it would be.
Higher. No. Oh, this is higher.
Let's make our way back down from Sulphur Mountain towards the town site again. Please remember to drive slowly down through here.
God.
It's surprising how often there are animals on the side of the road and sometime right on it, especially in the spring and early summer. So here's something that you might have been wondering about. If this is such a sensitive wildlife corridor, why is there a 350-room hotel here? Well, that same question was raised back in the 1990s, causing a huge amount of anxiety for the owners, who had just spent a couple $100 million to bring the property up to the luxury level it is today. Parks Canada worked closely with the owners to make some modifications to lessen the impact as much as possible. Sometimes very minor tweaks can have a positive effect. Things like reducing the amount of brightness of exterior lights in the building. And so, not to single out the Rimrock, some of these same rules have also been applied to other properties in Banff National Park. There is a constant battle. No, actually that's not the right word. There is a constant discussion and consultation that goes on between businesses that operate in the National Park and Parks Canada. As you can imagine, there is a wide variety of points of view about how much the park should be left untouched versus being able to provide access, services, and experiences so visitors can actually enjoy what they came here to see. It's a fine balance, and the line in the sand does tend to get rubbed out and redrawn from time to time.
before we continue our journey, Rod, maybe get some water out the back.
You want water?
Not right now, but
Okay.
we will do. We will want to. We'll want to.
I mean, we're going to be here in Banff probably another hour or
Yeah,
two.
that's fine.
Before we get back to Banff, I have one more recommended stop for you, and that would be the Cascade Gardens at Parks Canada headquarters. The gardens themselves are very nice, but the best thing about visiting the gardens is that it's the best place to take the most famous photo of Banff. From the gardens, we have an elevated view down Banff Avenue with the imposing Cascade Mountain in the background.
I gotta go for a pee
To visit
anyway,
the gardens, we will turn left through the gates at the park headquarters building, just before the traffic lights. I'll let you know as the entrance comes up. You will see the gates to enter Cascade Gardens on our left, just before the lights. If we're not stopping, then turn left at the traffic lights to continue.
I don't know whether I'd want to live here. It's nice, but
Oh, they put a thing up so the animals can't get in, eh?
yeah, yeah.
Can't even go for a pee here?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, it's an office. I thought it was a restaurant.
Keep going, is that a
Probably the governor's house. Driving around.
You
Yeah.
wanna take a picture of that?
I
Get
don't
out.
have my phone anyways.
Oh.
Whoa. Nice, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's alright, it'll get out.
Okay. If you're getting out, maybe we'll get some water. Just be very careful. Or eating it on. What? Let's go by.
Did you take a picture?
No, I gotta move over.
Is that right?
Yeah. In?
I'm in it.
There's gotta be somewhere to go for a pee.
Thank you.
That looks like it could be a washroom, eh?
Do you want to open this up?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Are you alright, Winnie?
Well, I have to go for a pee. Bad. Yeah.
It's the washroom there.
Bus parking.
I don't care. If the bus comes, we'll have to wait.
What?
If the bus comes, move.
She wants to stretch out.
Yeah.
Abby, it's okay, sweetie. Yeah, she wanted to get out. I'm like, sometimes we drive around and stuff like that, but we gotta think too about Munchkin. We need to stretch out too, right? That we were gonna plan on stretching out every 2 hours or something.
Yeah, well, that would be in about another half hour or so.
It sounds like her throat is like sore, kind of, right? Because you could hear it. Wanna go back again?
That was cute.
Yeah. Little giggle. Kitty patootie. I would like to pull a sweater in the back once we stop somewhere else. Alright. I'm pretty sure I know where it is. Do you remember seeing sweaters on here in the back? Below?
Like our sweaters?
Yeah.
Yeah. You would take my red one too. It's easy enough to find. It's stuffed right over there.
Spilled some hot chocolate, Rod. Just water. Like,
Royal buddy.
drinking it, and then I went to mix it and went to drink it, and I guess it was still like swirling in there, so when I went and put it in my mouth, all the guys here have long hair.
Move into the left lane and go straight through the lights to visit the Cave and Basin part of our tour next. Turn right at the lights to skip it.
So that's the garden they're talking about?
Yeah. Well, it is a famous picture when I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Because you look right down the...
That pathway here.
Yeah.
We'll be making a right turn at the traffic light. That view straight in front of you is the most photographed view in Banff. The best place to take this photo is from the gardens behind us at Canada Place. Turn right here at the lights for the tour. Along the right side of Buffalo Street are large properties that used to be vacation villas for our early visitors. These lots back onto the Bow River, making them prime waterfront property. Real estate is expensive in Banff, and there are some unique rules that apply here. Because the homes are in a national park, you own the house, but you cannot own the land. The land is leased from the national park. We also have a need to reside rule. This means that all homes must be occupied by people working in the community or retirees that did work here. It is not legal to have a vacation home here anymore. These houses rarely go up for sale and fetch multi-million-dollar prices.
Do you want your tea, Mum?
You want your tea?
Hey.
Tea?
No, thank you.
How's Munch in the back?
Below us on the right-hand side of the car is the Bow River, and soon we will be above Bow Falls.
Oh, wow.
We have a classic photo location coming up just ahead. Pull into the car park so we can get out and take an excellent photo of the Banff Springs Hotel. This location is called Surprise Corner, and the surprise, of course, is the view. You will see a small pullout just before the car park. Don't stop there. Continue to the car park where it's safe to park.
Yeah,
You can't miss it.
Well, wait till I'll stop. Wait.
No, I was going to take a video.
Oh, okay. That is a very famous shot, eh? Can you see it?
Absolutely. Look at that.
Wow. Alright, we don't need to. Let's keep going.
Very nice. Wow. No, I got a nice video of it.
The buildings coming up are part of the Banff Centre campus, which has its origins with the Canadian Pacific Railway. The railway needed advertising, so they contracted artists to come here and paint posters of the glorious mountains with their hotels and trains in them. Some of those artists came back to establish an art college in Banff, which is how the Banff Centre for Continuing Education started. The CPR was quite astute in selecting their artists. Many of these artists became very well known, and some are now members of Canada's famous Group of Seven.
Oh.
The posters they created are now very valuable pieces of art, and some can be found in the Banff Springs Hotel.
Nice. Got lots of room there, Mum?
Let's continue on this road up Tunnel Mountain Drive. If the gate is closed, turn left.
The Hansel smells like bubblegum. It's weird.
Yeah. I didn't use soap, I just washed in the water.
Ahead on the left is a little parking area and a trailhead to walk up Tunnel Mountain. The trail is well maintained but has some elevation gain. If you make it to the top, the views are amazing.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, I don't think we've got time to go for a hike anyways.
That's just tough.
Well, look out when you see. When it opens up. It looks pretty nice. Oh, you can't quite see it. Oh.
You have to do it down below. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow.
This short little extension of Tunnel Mountain Drive has been a popular excursion since the horse and carriage days. In the past, a windy road called Corkscrew Drive finished right about here. Beginning from Caribou Street and slowly climbing this tiny little mountain, guests would enjoy the sights from a buggy while their guide pointed out the local landmarks. Today, Corkscrew Drive is gone, but Tunnel Mountain Drive still gets us great views of the Bow Valley.
No kidding, eh?
In a short while, we'll approach some chalet-style hotels. While most entrepreneurs were battling to get businesses started on the Strip in Banff, a few resourceful war veterans took advantage of some tourism incentives and began building hotels here on Tunnel Mountain. Two of these veterans opened small chalet-style hotels offering rustic charm and seclusion from the town.
That's what I keep telling you
Today,
guys. That thing's
there is a
not-
variety of accommodations here for any taste.
It's maxed out. That Corsi, right? Me, I'm okay, but with you guys, it's a bit more wider, right?
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
It's like you want to see if there's wildlife, and yet you just want to look at the mountains peeking through the trees, right?
Well, there's those chalets that he was talking about.
This is Buffalo Mountain Lodge on our left. To continue on our tour, we will turn right at the intersection and continue towards the Hoodoos.
Those are the different mountains. The guard, like the weird ships in the mountains. Is that what it is? I've heard of them numerous times.
As we head past the campground on the left, watch for deer and elk because they really like these open grassy areas on either side of the road. The deer and elk here also attract the predators like wolves, cougars, and bears, which everyone camping up here has to remember. Unless you want late night visitors in your campsite, you have to keep it clean. That means locking food and all garbage away in your car.
Couldn't believe that.
This RV and tent campground has over 1,000 campsites, and that makes it the largest in North America. When it's full, it can have the population of a small town all by itself.
Oh.
Wow, it goes really down though. Ooh, that's creepy. I guess there were elks that we saw. There were female elks, or really deers that we saw. The side of the road there, Rod.
It was a deer, I think. Yeah.
There's a quick pullout on the right that gives you a different view of Cascade and Rundle Mountains. Rundle is the one across the river valley, and Cascade is behind the campground.
So yeah, we'll probably get a better shot with the window down, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, I missed it.
Oh well.
Gorgeous.
Ahead on the right is a parking area for the Hoodoos Lookout. A very short walk takes you to some spectacular views of the Bow Valley, and the little houses you see are outhouses. I'd use them at your own risk. Walking further, maybe 20 minutes, provides more views and some interesting interpretive signs. These trails are mostly paved, and the first part is wheelchair accessible. I need you to find out what in the world a hoodoo is for me.
I know, eh? Isn't that unbelievable? Oh my god.
As we move further from the hustle and bustle of town, we move into an area where wildlife are more active. Anywhere open meadows offer grassy environments, you can anticipate seeing animals like deer and elk. These animals in turn attract their predators, mostly wolves and cougars. In 1998, about 600 elk lived right in the town of Banff. I mean literally on the streets and in the yards. They were a great tourist attraction, but living a very unnatural life and making a mess of everyone's garden. And tourists didn't understand that the elk were indeed wild, so sometimes approached too close, resulting in attacks from the animals.
Good.
Parks Canada decided to actively chase the animals out of town, which inadvertently was like serving dinner to the predators. In this case, a wolf pack known as the Fairholme Pack evolved, preying on 9 elk per week. Their story continues in the Johnson Lake area ahead.
Wow.
That's like a wolf. That's like an elk and a little bit every single day.
Well,
He's just talking about how much the wolves attacked an elk pack that they drove out of town.
They would kill 9 elks a week. The wolf packs. Crazy. Crazy.
Now, I know I've said to keep watch for wildlife in a lot of different places. Believe me, they're here. Animals are wild creatures and they move as they like, so it takes a little knowledge and a lot of luck to spot them. We are in excellent wildlife areas now, and the animals could be just out of sight or they could be miles away. If you're really keen to see wildlife, the best chance is at dawn and at dusk. This includes bears too. By the way, do you know how to tell the difference between a black bear and a grizzly bear? One way is to look at their droppings. If you see berries and grass in it, it's probably a black bear. When you look at the grizzly bear droppings, you'll know it because you'll find bear bells, watches, and maybe even picnic baskets in it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you might now be curious how to really tell the difference between a black bear and a grizzly bear. The easiest way is by their body profile. Grizzly bears have a huge hump of muscle above their shoulder that helps them to dig for roots and food in the ground. Black bears do not have this muscle, so they have a much more streamlined appearance. Anything other than that, and you're really too close.
what do you want?
Oh, I misheard you. I'm sorry, Mom. I thought you said that's mine. I didn't realize you wanted it.
At the junction, turn right to continue our tour, or left to return to Banff.
I was running. I'm like, why am I running?
Okay, we're now going to join the Minnewanka Loop Drive. This will take us to the very pretty Lake Minnewanka, but there are also 2 other lakes along this route too. So for now, just keep following straight ahead. We do not want to exit onto the Trans-Canada Highway.
Did you hear?
If it's a fair day, you might notice quite a few cyclists on our right. This pathway was created as a legacy of the 125th anniversary of Banff National Park, and it provides a very enjoyable way to ride to Canmore and get some exercise. This area we're driving through is a T-intersection of critical wildlife corridors. The area on our left is actually an airstrip used by recreational pilots. On the right, there used to be a cadet camp that had several buildings. As part of Parks Canada's mandate to preserve critical animal routes, all of the cadet camp buildings have been removed. The airstrip is still used today, but some want to see it closed down too. This is a hotly debated topic in Banff. Let's turn right to explore some more habitat. You will descend into an old gravel pit after turning. Watch for wildlife. Elk often graze on the plants used to reclaim the soil, and wolves and bears use this area as a travel route. There are 2 more similar reclaimed areas further on.
Hi. Morning.
Where are you off to?
Just doing a loop around.
Okay, we have road construction down here.
Okay.
Between a 5 and 20 minute delay. And actually we're taking a section of road right out. The road was built on top of a dump.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to go down 4 feet. So it's pretty rough to get over.
Okay.
So in between here and our road construction, not so much to see except trees. It's better to go like up to Johnson's Lake and come back.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
I'll turn around.
Could go? Oh, I'll turn around, yeah. He was just, he didn't say for a go though. Yeah.
Even the bus is trying to get down. They can't.
10, 20, 15 minutes delay, yeah. Can't really do that right. They built on a dump, eh? So I have to dig for it to be deep.
Fuck. The whole loop, the whole thing is screwed up. Okay, we'll just have to cut this part out.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Yeah, because it's not got the
GPS?
yeah,
The narrator?
The narrator is designed to go around the other way.
Everybody wants to go down there, right?
Okay, whatever, we'll go.
You still gonna go?
Yeah, whatever. It's one of the main parts of the tour, so it's probably, like, it's not even considered an optional one.
Alright then.
You gonna go down?
Yeah.
He said it was not. Oh, the bus went down, but they didn't.
Well, he said you can go down, it just might take longer than normal.
And they have to go all the way to...
He's seen it and tell him.
Yeah, we just...
We changed our minds, we're gonna go. Yeah.
Oh, the bus went down.
Yeah, they just said you have to go all the way around to the lake.
Fine, I bet you.
They said 20 to 15 minutes delay.
Well, I think my plan was after this loop, we'll go back into town, we'll stop, it'll be almost lunchtime, you know. That was kind of what my game plan was.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we're pretty much done, it looks like.
After we come around this next bend and we begin the gentle climb up the hill, on the right-hand side of the car, we will catch some views through the trees of Cascade Ponds. These ponds were created by building a small weir at one end of the stream. The result is a really nice place to have a picnic or to enjoy an evening campfire in the twilight at sunset. I'll warn you though, on a nice warm summer evening, this location is extremely popular, so sometimes it's difficult to find a free fire pit. But if you can, it's just a great way to end a day of sightseeing or hiking in the mountains.
And what the hell he's talking about, not much to see.
Few trees, that's all.
Gosh. Oh yeah, see they literally ripped that road right off right there.
Yeah.
Just drinking water out of the can.
Good. I tried giving her water, she didn't want to. She
Can you guess the name of that mountain straight in front of you? This is another view of Mount Rundle. This large mountain gets its name from Robert T. Rundle, a missionary who worked in the Lake Minnewanka area with the Stoney Indians years before railway surveyors discovered hot springs on Sulphur Mountain. There is also a church named after him in Banff.
Is that the construction part?
I don't know.
I think it might have been. They did say that they're gonna rip the whole top off. Oh no. There it is. Damn it. Well,
Looks like we got here right on time, though.
Oh, I was like, pick up the speed, want to make the light, but it says 30. Right. Rod. So, let's start slowing down. Good, got here.
Shouldn't be looking at their phone.
Huh?
Said shouldn't be looking at their phone.
No, she was, yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's
The
not
large
much
opening ahead is a reclaimed gravel pit that was also used as the garbage dump for Banff.
The girl that was holding the
As a
flag,
dump, it
saying
used to
slowing down
attract
is
bears,
fine.
which in the old days didn't bother anyone. Dumps like this became a place for bear viewing, and tours were even conducted to them. The bears got so used to eating garbage and being around people that they forgot how to hunt and forage for their natural foods. When the dump was closed, many of these bears went searching fearlessly in the town for garbage. This created a dangerous situation for visitors and locals, and many bears had to be destroyed. Today, all Banff's garbage is trucked out of the national park to landfills near Calgary.
I think his job is just to try and lure people away and make it sound like there's way more going on than there really is. Because there's nothing. 5 to 20 minute delay. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, it all depends if it's 15 to 20. Yeah, 5. It depends how much traffic there is, right? Because if there's like big lineup, you gotta wait for the cars to go,
True.
right? Go, 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 go.
But the thing is, going the other way, you come out the same anyways.
Yeah. I still feel dizzy, but it's weird.
Coming up is a right-hand turn that will take you to Johnson Lake, a local beach and walking area. We're going to finish the story about the Fairholme Pack here, so please turn right.
Okay.
No.
Or not. It's up to you.
No. I'm cutting out any like parts that are like considered optional now.
Watch carefully as you drive, and you may glimpse a low bridge over the canal on your right. The bridge was built for wildlife to cross the man-made canal, which used to block their travel routes. The bridge was built thanks to the cooperation between the power company that made the canal and the CPR, which provided the old flatbed rail car to be the bridge.
I wonder if this is the famous Blue Lake. Might be, actually. Two Jack Lake.
That'd be nice.
If it is, obviously we gotta get out there, but...
We could stretch out too now, because much wouldn't like to stretch out. I would. Is it too cold in the back, Mom? Are you okay?
Are you cold?
No. Oh, you're right. Little shack there. Hammocks. There's somebody. There's like three of those vans. Remember, one was like flower power, and one was like a skull, and one was a weird. Always a different patterned one. Cool. Some people rent their same camping spots. They book it ahead of time.
Yeah, I think you have to book it every year, yeah.
It's like, like, I want this spot, the same one that we had last year, right?
Yeah.
Coming up on the right is Two Jack Lake.
A moose?
There's a lovely picnic site on the lakeshore that you can drive right down to.
That's an elk.
If not, you should at least stop at the pullout just ahead. It has a stunning view across the lake to Mount Rundle.
Elk. We saw an elk.
As you drive along here, watch for bighorn sheep along the road for the next few kilometers. And remember, do not feed any animal in the national park.
We saw that in Yellowstone. It was pretty cool. Horn that sheep brought. Eee, find us on elk.
Oh my gosh, that's the famous Blue Lake, isn't it? Shit.
Two Jack. Now that's got to have a story. Back in the early days, two gentlemen, both named Jack, had an interest in developing this lake. The Parks Canada superintendent at the time wanted to keep the lake preserved and in the pristine shape you see it in now. So the superintendent decided to settle the debate over a game of cards. After the game, both Jacks had lost, and the superintendent sarcastically named the lake Two Jack as a reminder to both of them.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Oh my god, that lake. Oh my god.
Oh, we can go down more, it looks like.
Yeah, over there. Right?
I wish you'd, like, how could you...
Not say, okay, if you want to go see the Two Jack Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. You could go for a stretch here and stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the famous lake?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, this is so cool.
Oh, we're just driving right on in, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. There's nobody here.
Wow.
Why is there nobody here?
Look at the puppy. Yeah. I don't know. It's still early in the day. Maybe they're just making a point to check it down there.
You want me to go right in? Yeah, we might as well, eh?
My gosh, why are you kidding me? That's a silly question.
How close do you want to get, lad? Hey?
Close enough that we could have the tires of the car touch the water. Alright, Munchkin, put on your shoes and we're gonna go.
Get Nabby out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we see the water?
She needs to stretch out. Should we put sunscreen in a hat and stuff, Rod?
Yeah, I guess.
Good. No rush, Mom. Don't rush. Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, here, bring your phone because you're going to use it to take pictures.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm still just spinning. Alright, Munchkin, put your shoes in. Oh yeah, she like stuck her foot right out. Like, yes. That was a good deal.
Nikes.
Gotta put your hat on. Rod, should she wear a sweater?
No, give her water too.
No. As I give her, do you want to wear? Do you want to give her a sweater or something, Rod? Is it too cold?
Seems okay. A little windy, but that's about it.
She's gonna have her hat. She doesn't have sunscreen, so I don't want her to burn.
Drive safely. Recording started.
And then we'll try and find lunch somewhere, and then back on the road.
Try to find it with the taxi. There we go. Oh, the nachos. Nope, the nacho bag almost.
Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. Where is it? I can't find it. I'm just trying to find the penguin crackers.
What's the matter?
She's looking for a snack for munch. She can't find it, so. Sorry, bud.
I'll give her a granola bar instead of the penguin one. So granola is up here.
I'm not really hungry for dinner though. Lunch.
Oh, just thinking
I
Munchkin.
can feed Abby and we just keep going.
People in the back wave like thank you, but the driver in the front like no. Oh weird. Where's the granola bars, Mom? Where did you put it in, Mom? Oh yeah, there it is.
They're all in a plastic bag. All the cheesy snacks are in a
I found it.
plastic bag.
It's right at the bottom.
Yeah. Just for Abby?
Yeah. That's for Abby. Okay. She likes that. It has chocolate in it. That's okay. It has a good granola in there, so it's gonna fill her up. Oh my gosh, it's so weird sitting down and then you just spin, you know, like, oh, this is so cool. Got to see it. What are we doing that munchkin? But
Bear Street Parkade. Right.
she took a lot of pictures. You were just taking a lot of.
Come on. Oh, you put those on top of mine.
I just said I'm not hungry for lunch yet. Are you, Rod?
We still got an hour and a half. Yeah.
Well, we'll see where we end up on this tour then.
Okay.
Oh, paper. Somebody littered. What the heck, eh? That's McDonald's bed.
Is it gross?
Yeah. Beautiful. We finally get to see. Yay! She definitely liked the granola bar.
What the heck are those, sheep?
They're goats.
Goats.
They're probably those bighorn goats. But the female ones, maybe?
Yeah.
They'll get it on camera anyways.
Yeah.
Those granola bars and all that.
Coming into view is Lake Minnewanka, Banff's largest lake. The name means the spirit waters, or lake of the water spirits. The First Nations people of this area believed bad spirits existed in this valley and lake. Stories include a creature that pulled people out of their canoes to drown.
This one's really busy.
Others include rogue waves that dragged people from the shore to their death. Despite the native people's fear about this valley, there is evidence that they have lived here for as long as 11,000 years. One of Alberta's oldest archaeological sites exists on the shore across from the boat docks. I would think twice about swimming here though, not just because of the ghosts, but because the water is freezing.
Yeah. Huh? Oh god, well.
Holy moly.
Minnewanka is a deep lake resulting from ever larger dams constructed between 1911 and 1941. You're driving on the 1941 dam right now. Down in the valley bottom, there used to be a town called Minnewanka Landing, a quaint little resort town that was a destination just outside of Banff. Today, it is submerged under the waters of the lake, and often scuba divers will head down there to explore the old ruins and the ruins of the previous dams.
They're taking pictures, professional pictures.
Oh yeah.
Professional photographers down there with big umbrellas and everything. Making a movie or something.
Wow. Look at that. Beautiful.
And then look what's on the other side.
No.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
They're beautiful.
I took a picture. I went beautiful and then I went like this and I went beautiful. I took a video, saw you. Yeah, this is definitely the famous picture now, Rod. Wow. How do you... Gosh, like this is... Oh my gosh.
you could turn right here for the parking area. It's a nice easy walk past the boat docks around the corner to the picnic area. There was also a trail to Stewart Canyon that is really pleasant. Just continue beyond the picnic sites. It takes less than an hour to walk out to the canyon and return. To continue the tour, just stay on the road.
Cool. Good thing we did go to the other one because that one wasn't as busy, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same lake.
Mm-hmm.
Careful driving through here, especially at night. This is bighorn sheep country. Bighorn sheep are magnificent creatures to see, especially the males with their coiling horns.
So
the older the males get, the bigger the horns. A prize ram is one where the horns coil all the way around to complete a full circle. The impressive horns are more than just decoration. They're actually tools for fighting. A male that wins all his fights takes charge of a harem of females, sometimes reaching 20 or more in size. He'll spend several weeks breeding with all the females in the harem, an exhausting undertaking that requires constant attention.
Yeah.
The male will go without sleep or food in the line of duty, but this privilege does not come without a price. To become the dominant male, he must fight off the younger males working their way up through the ranks. Fathering 20 or more young sheep affords a male certain bragging rights, and there's never a shortage of young suitors who are prepared to fight for the privilege. A young male with ambitious plans to take over the harem will challenge the dominant male, and the two will separate from the rest of the herd. Each will back up to take a run at each other. Then, both uncoil like springs, and with a tremendous crack, they butt heads. This would kill you or I, but these sheep are specially adapted to this unique warfare. First and foremost, males are equipped with a double skull. The front plate is so thick that it's bulletproof.
Wow.
The second layer of bone on the inside protects the brain from serious damage. Meanwhile, beginning at the back of the skull are powerful muscles that run the length of the sheep's back to its haunches. These muscles ripple upon impact, dissipating energy like the body of a well-designed car in a head-on collision.
Oh dear.
The sheep further soften the blow by prolonging contact between skulls for as long as possible following the collision. This is done by dropping the head.
Can you move your phone, please?
The winner can walk away with head held high, but his victory is a double-edged sword.
I peek down and see
During the rutting season, he will work so hard without food or sleep that his body weight will drop considerably and he will weaken. Meanwhile, the young rams who were defeated are busy eating and fattening up before the winter. By the beginning of the next rutting season, they will be big and strong, and most will win against last year's victorious opponent. At the bottom of the hill is the ghost town of Bankhead. Turn left into the parking area to visit it. Bankhead was once a model town in Alberta founded on coal that was discovered under the big mountain in front of you called Cascade. Not much of Bankhead exists anymore, but it has an interesting past and is worth stopping to find out about. As you continue your travels through Banff, you may see some animals near the roadside. It's important to practice safe wildlife viewing. Animals can appear pretty harmless, but they are wild and unpredictable. Stay in your vehicles, enjoy the thrill of seeing them, and then please move on. By slowing and not stopping your vehicle, you actually help keep the animals wild and safer.
All the traffic coming this way because she's telling them all to go that way. Makes no difference. They all go out around the same.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's trying to direct people to the lake.
We're going to drive over a small bridge shortly. Look up to the right and you'll see a creek bed deeply gouged by avalanches and spring meltwater. Occasionally in winter, avalanche debris will slide right over this road. Avalanches can be bad news for us, but they are good news for bears. High above this creek bed where the avalanche has removed the trees is excellent grizzly bear habitat.
It's on the right?
Lots of bushes, flowers, and berries grow in these areas for bears to eat.
Looks like it's coming up.
Oh, here we go. Ooh. Wow.
Party?
No, just like,
Oh, did you go for a morning poo at least?
I don't think I did.
Me too. That's 2 of us. For a while next to my gas. Yeah, no, it's better to go the other way. Yeah. Happy you went down the other way around. Lots of gray hair. Gosh.
Our tour continues by exiting onto the Trans-Canada Highway by taking the first ramp on our right. Our next stop is going to be the scenic viewpoint on Mount Norquay. If you wanted to return to Banff directly, just keep going straight and don't join the highway.
Open up, there's something Parkade that has a charging station in it, Bear something Parkade. Can you give me directions to that, please? And I'll stop there.
I look in the
charge point, yeah.
Charge point. Which one is it? By
Charge
where?
Bear something Parkade.
Okay, this one. How do I get directions for it? It's right there.
Click on it and then...
okay, check in?
No, drive directions, something, I don't know.
I don't know where to put directions. Check in, no. Edit, no details.
Alright, just get the address and put it into Apple Maps, I guess.
It won't do it till you're parked. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I meant on the phone, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could do it on the phone too. No, I'll do it on the phone,
right.
but yeah, I'll do it on the phone. Copy address. Address copied. Paste. Perfect. Search. No, not search. 7 minutes. Direct. Go. Can't hear it. There it is.
Turn right onto William Street.
Just continue. You'll turn right onto Marmot Crest. So you keep on your right. I guess it would be called Wolf Street, yeah. 1.7 kilometer. You'll be turning on Wolf Street.
On what?
Wolf Street.
Okay.
Oh, that Marmot's Crest is there.
Yeah, well, because it drops down to 30 and you could easily not realize.
Yep. So 1.4 kilometers.
That's it. The end.
Breeze refrigerator.
The end.
Yeah, he's got all the bear paws.
So we're back in the town right now?
Yeah, now I'm gonna go park in the parkade. We can get out, walk around for an hour or so, and then we're back on the road.
Now there'll be a long stretch?
Then we'll be mostly driving, yeah, for another 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, okay.
We'll stop probably in the middle. There's a glacier, and that's the only place I'm planning to stop.
Nice.
Ready?
Holy fuck.
In 1 kilometer, turn right onto Wolf Street.
How did they call it?
Wolf. Didn't
I
call
heard
it the right.
Wilf. I heard
It did
Wilf.
like say it like Wilf. You heard it correctly.
Fucked up.
Don't try it on me.
She ate the whole chocolate bar.
Yeah.
You
Snack time.
mean granola bar?
Granola bar.
Or did you
yeah.
give her a Snickers?
It's a granola bar.
Okay.
She had about an inch of it.
Yeah, she likes the granola bars. Especially with the chunks of, especially with chocolate
She drank her water.
and her chocolate chips in there.
Yeah.
She likes her chocolate chips. I had to look twice. I thought that was Zach.
Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? Now you say it. Yeah. He's going for a poo.
Right on
Quit
camera.
looking at me. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Quit looking at me. I gotta go poo. That was great. That dog face. The highlight of a trip so far.
I taking a poo, really? Did I say guy?
No, the way that the dog turned and looked like, hey, quit looking at me. I'm just going for a poo.
His highlight of the trip, or your highlight?
Not my one highlight, but it was a highlight.
Okay. Wolf Street's coming up at the lights there. Looks like it, yeah.
Alright, and then once we get in, open up the charge point.
Wolf Street, and then we'll be turning on Bear Street.
Wolf and then Bear?
Yeah.
So is this Wolf here? No, next one.
No, oh, it's the next one. My apologies.
That's okay, no.
Oh, it's a four-way. I thought it
Turn
was
right
a
onto Wolf Street, then turn left onto Bear Street.
It sounds like it's on Wolf Street. So right on Wolf and then left on Bear.
Then we can walk out, check the place out a little bit, we, walk around, look around, then hopefully it'll be lunch, and we can have a little bite to eat.
Why is it all backed up, eh? That's because it's Monday, right?
Is this lane end, or, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go in it. That's for parking lane.
I would not want to be bringing my semi in here, holy.
Well, he's got to work, right?
No,
It's
I know,
Monday.
but I'm just saying,
Maybe
like,
he's doing a job.
well, I'm sure he is. Absolutely he is.
Ah, they sweat.
He's bringing food for all the tourists.
Woo.
But I'm just saying, like, it would be a nightmare driving a semi through here. When we pull into the parkade, it had, like, unique directions,
Turn
like,
left onto Bear Street.
to tell
then
you exactly
destination is on your left.
where the charger was. So I might need you to open up the charge point app and then tell me again, left and then right, and then it's over by the pillar or something. It's like,
Oh, I see. Okay.
see what I mean?
Alright.
Like, just,
Yeah.
you don't think that this would be a nightmare?
Bear Street, right here. Jenny Loft. Local traffic only? Oh,
That's fine, we're going to the parkade, so.
great. Sounds like the Vancouver.
In 250 meters, the destination is on your left.
Fuck.
128 Bear Street.
It is blocked off. Oh. Well, that's the only way you could go in. No, you could go in by Lynx Street if you wanted to.
Oh no, here.
If you wanted, you could turn. You could turn on Lynx Street,
There's a parking spot.
and then
there.
you could turn. You can turn on Caribou Street and then Lynx Street and go up to get up Bear Street if you want. But yeah, see what I mean? By the stop sign there, if it's really blocked off, you know what I mean? It is blocked off. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like that guy is going, right? Okay, so then I'll just tell you where to go after this. Yeah. So just turn on your left.
It'll probably recalculate in a minute, I would think.
Yeah, it's big house, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
Turn left onto Wilf Street, then turn left onto Lynx Street.
And then on
2 hours here parking lot.
Yeah, I'm looking for a place that has a charger, Mum.
Oh.
There's a parkade over there that has the a charger.
The road is blocked, closed off. Yeah. The construction.
So at least while we're looking around the town, we can be charging up, right?
Yeah.
Well, she's ate that whole thing and she drank quite a bit of water, Jay.
Yeah, Lynx Street is coming
Turn
up.
left onto Lynx Street, then turn left onto Bear Street.
That station better be freaking open. That area, I mean that road.
Okay.
If it's blocked off, what then?
Whatever. I mean, there's lots of charging stations around in Banff. That was just one that I just picked because it sounded like the others were at hotels, and it sounded like this one would. Like you can go and look at the charge points. You can see there's all kinds of them.
Do you know where you're going now?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Lynx and then down Bear. Bear will be on your left again. Turn right, left. Turn left on Lynx. Turn left on Bear.
Go for P again.
It's weird how the lights are not like hanging over. Right?
Yeah, it's to make it look like more rustic. In 300 meters, turn left onto Bear Street.
Not this one. It's the other one. Yeah.
Turn left onto Bear Street, then the destination is on your right.
You could have turned there, but yeah, the construction is just shit.
There. Okay.
This is Banff's Central Park coming into view, and sometimes there are concerts at the White Rotunda in the park.
Okay.
We're going to follow the road to the left
so
here.
give me a minute. I want to get it.
When you reach the traffic lights, we will be back at Banff Avenue. If you started my tour by driving across the bridge on Banff Avenue towards the Banff Springs Hotel, then we have now completed the loop.
Was there another
If
one
you
there?
started the tour somewhere else, then turn right at the lights after the
there's
stop
two.
sign to
Good.
continue the tour.
Yeah, it looks like it.
As you get close to the traffic lights, you will see an attractive
maybe
wooden
not.
building on our right.
That's just wrapped up.
This is the home of the Banff Park Museum. It has an interesting story and is worth a visit to check out its architecture and also its amazing collection of more than 3,000 specimens of wildlife that can be found in the park.
Yeah.
You'll also learn about the amazing story of how this collection came to be.
Oh, they should have more than one in here, because if this area is prone to have hybrid cars, right? Looks like there's only like 2 in the area, eh? Rod?
What a bad piece of luck.
No doubt, eh?
Whatever. We'll just park here, and then maybe if they come, they can plug it in. You know what I mean? Like if they come
then
and
the car won't. How would that work? No, they won't plug it in. Do you think they'll plug it in?
Maybe.
I doubt it, but
I'll leave it here, and I'll write a little note that says, when you're done, can you plug mine in, please?
okay.
Right? And if they don't, they don't. If they do, they do.
Can you plug it in when the car's locked?
Why is there no
Yes.
there's not 2 stations?
No, there's only one.
I mean, it says plugged in.
And yeah, his is plugged in. That's all.
There's not another one here.
No,
No,
there's not.
it's not.
Not conveniently. Not conveniently.
Yeah. Not in the same belt.
And
Well, what? Pen?
yeah.
There was one in here. Do you have a pen? What?
In my bag.
In my bag, I have a pen.
I got it.
He has one.
I don't
I
know.
got it.
I have a pen.
He
and
has
a
one.
notepad.
He has one. He's got it, Mom. He's got it. Yeah. Thanks.
And give me a napkin.
Mom has
or if we have
Mom has a notepad.
You have a notepad?
Yeah.
In my handbag.
Yeah. Where is it, Mom?
I'm not sure, but check just, I think it's one of the pouches.
That's cards. Oh, on the outsides probably, yeah. Yeah, I'll check on the outside pouches. That's what she meant. Yeah.